This video is a Bybit tutorial for beginners. We're going to go over getting fiat and cryptocurrencies on and off the platform. Then we'll go over trading on Bybit, including how to actually trade, how to set up the charts, how to buy and sell, and also how to trade in the derivatives market as well, with some stop loss orders and some other important info you need to know about using the platform itself. Timestamps for everything are in the description below. First thing we can do is set up an account on Bybit. So check the link in the description. There's a deposit bonus via that link up to $4,000. So if you are new on the system, make sure you get the bonus. Then we can go to the settings right here and go to our account security first. Definitely set up two-factor authentication via Google right here. So download the Authenticator app directly from Google. Then you can link it up with your Bybit account. That makes sure that no one can hack into your account unless they have that code. You can also set up security whitelists as well. Withdrawal address whitelist is where any addresses that you withdraw to regularly, you can have them as a whitelist, so they're fine to withdraw to. But if you want to add another address, for example, if your account gets hacked and the hacker wants to add their address, they won't be able to unless they have your Google Authenticator code. So that's really important to just increase security. Next, we can get some fiat currencies on the system. Now, if you don't want to deal with fiat currencies, then you can use Bybit and trade crypto without KYC. If you want to deposit or withdraw fiat currencies onto the system, you do need to give them your KYC details. So when you go into this screen and if you want to deposit, they will ask you just to put your KYC details in there. But we'll go through this initially. So it does accept many different currencies right now, as you can see. So I'm just going to give US dollars as an example right here. If you're inside the States, you can send a wire. If you're outside the States, you can send US dollars via Swift. So if you have an application like Wise or Resolute where you can change your own currency to US dollars, you can send it in here. Then what you can do is just put an amount in, press that you've read the terms and press continue. What you will get is a bank account, Bybit's bank account, and you will need to go into your banking application, put those banking details in as a bank transfer. Really important, you'll get a code or an account number that is your account number that you have to put as a payment reference. That means they'll read that number and put the money into your brokerage account right here. So you can deposit very easily just like that. You can also one-click buy if you want to put a card. Just press buy right here. You can spend whatever currency that you want that is supported, as you can see here, and then you can choose the cryptocurrency that you want to buy. Now, if you're using a card, you may just want to go directly ahead and buy Bitcoin or any of the other coins that you want to buy. You can do that with your card, so that's just like any other card payment. Or if you want to trade in the futures market or something like that, most people will trade against US dollar Tether or USDC, which is a US dollar stablecoin. That's what most cryptos are traded against. So you can have that US dollars if you don't want to buy the crypto straight away, or if you're using derivatives and futures. A lot of people just switch right into the cryptocurrency from their fiat currency right here. So you can do that just as a card payment. If you want to deposit crypto from another platform, we can do that via our assets page. So if you come up to the assets page right here and then go to the spot market, this will show you all of the supported cryptos. You can search them right here. So if you want to deposit Bitcoin, you can see it's coming up right here. Then what we can do is go to deposit. So on the right-hand side, you should see some options for depositing and withdrawing or potentially trading against other assets. We can go to deposit right here though. Also up at the top, you can just press deposit and then choose the asset that you want to trade, and then choose the chain type, which is really important. So for BTC, only the Bitcoin network is supported. If you've got something like US dollar Tether, it does support a number of networks. So you can choose the asset that you want to send in from the other exchange. Just make sure that when you're sending and receiving, you're using the exact same network. So as an example, if I want to deposit in some USDT from my Binance account, I can use the Binance Smart Chain. So I can click this and then acknowledge, and it's going to give me this address right here. So you can just copy and paste the address into your Binance account and then send that as a network settlement. Obviously, you have to pay the blockchain fee there when you're sending it in from the other exchange. Depending on which currency that you have and how you want to trade, Bybit has lots of different types of accounts. So I'll go through them now. You can see the spot account right here. This is where all of your cryptocurrency positions are. So if you've gone out and bought some Bitcoin or ETH or something else, that will just be right in here for you. And you can deposit and withdraw them quite easily from these tabs. You also have the derivatives account. This is where all of your derivatives and futures positions will be. So as you can see here, if you want to trade in the futures market or the options market, you'll have to get some assets into here. So you can actually transfer them very easily between all of your accounts right here. So, you can see if you have some assets in your spot account or your derivatives, your earn account, you can switch them over to other accounts very easily. This is a free internal transfer, so you don't pay anything for that. Then we have USDC derivatives. This is essentially the same thing, but the derivatives are traded against USDC instead of USDT. They're just two different types of stablecoins, so you can choose which one that you want to trade. Usually the USDT derivatives, as you can see here, have much more support, but you can choose. Then we have the funding account right here. This is where all your fiat currency positions will be. So if you've transferred in some assets like euros or dollars and you haven't actually used them to buy any cryptos directly, then the fiat currencies will show up in your funding fiat account. Now from here, what you can do with those dollars is you actually have to go and buy a cryptocurrency with them. So what we can do right here, for example, on dollars is go to buy, and you'll see it takes us right through to this one-click buy page. So you can either use your US dollar balance if you just used a wire transfer or a SWIFT transfer to actually switch from the fiat currency directly into the cryptocurrency here to go ahead and trade. You can switch it directly into any crypto, or as I said, you can put it into US dollar tether just to trade against other cryptocurrencies when you want. So that's what that does. If you put fiat currency into your account, you then can go and swap it directly for another fiat currency. Then we have the Earn platform. So if you are using the Earn platform to make some passive income right here, which we'll go through, you have to switch some assets into this, so you can transfer those pretty easily. And then the trading bot, again, it's just a separate account. So if you do want to use the trading bot, for example, the dollar cost average bot, you'll just have to transfer in some assets into that wallet as well. If you want to withdraw cryptocurrency out to another exchange or a wallet that you have, you can just go to your spot account once you've bought them and then go to withdraw, or you can just search for the crypto that you have and then press withdraw on there. So let's withdraw some US dollar tether, press withdraw. Then it's going to come up with the option to choose the wallet address. So go over to your other exchange or just paste in your wallet address here. If you have a MetaMask or a Trust wallet or something, you can just paste that in here. Then just make sure that you're using the correct network to actually send that. So you can choose that right here and then choose the amount in. Simple as that. Just press submit and it will go through to the wallet address that you have entered. You can also add them here if you want to add them in bulk, and also you can whitelist these as well, so you don't have to go through the email process of confirming the transaction. Now, if you want to sell crypto back into your fiat currency to then withdraw that back into your bank, you can do that, but it depends on the currency. Bybit are adding support for a lot more currencies right now. It's just euros, so I'll show you this. Just above my head, you can see trade. So you can press trade on euros. That's supported directly for trading US dollar tether back into euros, and then you can withdraw that to your bank easily. If you don't have euros, check the other options right here for these cryptocurrencies. What you can do is actually sell the crypto back into this currency using the peer-to-peer market on Bybit. So as an example, if you want US dollars, what you can do is go to buy crypto and then peer-to-peer trading. That will take you through to this screen. You can then sell and then choose the cryptocurrency that you have, choose the amount and the fiat currency that you want to sell it to, and then look for the peer-to-peer market and see if that's good for you. Now, this might be a little bit expensive because the other traders right here obviously charge a fee for this, but that will deposit the currency back into your funding account, and then you can withdraw that, which we can see here. We can go to withdraw, and then we just put our bank details in there. Now you need KYC for this and you need to go through those steps. So what a lot of people do is actually just use Bybit to trade and actually send the crypto out to another exchange where it's a little bit easier to deal with their own fiat currencies in their own country. Now we'll go through how to trade on Bybit in the spot market. Remember to get your deposit and trading bonuses. They often give those bonuses, so check that out via the link in the description. And then we can go to trade right here and then spot trading for now. So we can choose the option for any cryptocurrency. We're going to click on Bitcoin here and open up the spot market. So this is just trading information that we can see. The first thing up here is the cryptocurrency that you're trading. So as you can see, we're trading Bitcoin against US dollar tether. So that means Bitcoin right here on the left is valued in USDT. We can see that value is around 18,000 right now. The 24-hour change is up 4%, so that's nice. And we can see some other trading information right here. Not massively interesting, but what we can do is come to the left-hand side and search for all of the cryptos that we want to trade. So if I want to trade something like Ethereum, I can just type in the ticker, which is ETH. You can see all the different types of currency pairs that are actually supported here. So normally we'll trade ETH against a stablecoin like USDT or USDC, sorry. But if you want to switch Bitcoin into ETH, you can do that right here. So if I click on ETH BTC, now what we have is Ethereum against Bitcoin. So let's say I want to buy some ETH. I can now sell some Bitcoin to do that if I have some Bitcoin in my account. So we'll go through that in a second. But as you can see, I'm just going to click off this. We can search for BTC pairs. We can search for USDC pairs and everything like that. We can also choose our favorites as well. And then there are some certain sectors that you can search through right here. But that's how you search for your assets. Now on the right hand side, we have the chart. So I'm just going to click on Trading View. I suggest you use Trading View and not the standard one. Trading View is a lot more in depth and it just gives you a lot more options right here. So what we can do is change the timescale of the chart. So definitely use a candlestick chart. I wouldn't use a line chart. You can see a line chart's okay, but it doesn't really give you any trading information, where if we use a candlestick chart, it gives us a lot more info, and this is what professionals will use. Now what we can do is go to indicators right here and just put some indicators on the screen. So I can use, let's say, moving averages right here. So I can just click on this one time and you can see that comes up on the left right here. So what we can do is now go to the settings and we can change that. We can change the style, we can change the thickness of the line, and then we can change the length of the moving average. So let's do a 50 period moving average right here and press OK. Now we've got that moving average on the chart like this. Now if you want to make these drawings and lines on the chart, that's right here. So line, I usually would use something like a horizontal line to give myself a good kind of price level right here. So you can make all of these drawings on the chart. If you want to draw, you can do that as well. So just click here, draw around different prices, just press undo on your keyboard to undo all of that. Now, if you want to right click on here as well, you can definitely remove all drawings and indicators. I'll just remove all the drawings right here. And I can also remove all the indicators. So I can do that and I just have a completely clean chart. Now, as you can see up here, I have the day period right here. So each one of these candlesticks is 1 day in length, but I can change that down to maybe a 15-minute candlestick. So that's giving me each candlestick now is a 15-minute candlestick. If you're day trading, looking at the chart over a very short period of time, maybe something like the 1 hour is pretty good. Most people will use the day chart if they're just, dollar cost averaging and buying in. But you can look at longer term charts, for example, the weekly and the monthly as well. Now, I do have some specific trading guides for Bybit as well. I'll link them in the description because they go way more in depth in terms of charting and day trading and everything like that. So I'll leave them linked in the description if you want to get a bit more in depth into charting. How do you actually go ahead and buy some crypto then? As you can see on the left, we're just going to choose the crypto that we want to buy. So I've got Bitcoin right here, and we can see the chart on the right hand side. So this is the order book, and this is telling us where the price is. So all of these red orders here are sellers, and all of these green orders here are buyers, and in the middle is where they meet. So this is the price of Bitcoin right now in the market, which is 18,169. Now on the right hand side, we have the order entry screen. So you are either a buyer or a seller. You can switch those up very easily. And we can see the account balance if we have any. Now the order price is something that we want. So firstly, what we're going to look at is the market order. Now, as you can see, the market price disappears because with a market order, what you're doing is telling the system how much you want to buy. So if I put $100 in here, 100 USDT, I'm going to be buying $100 worth of Bitcoin. This is the price per 1 BTC, but it's obviously going to buy me a fraction of that. Now, with a market order, you don't choose the price that you pay. And so you will be getting this price right here, as you can see, which is 18,169. So that's it. I can just press buy BTC right now and it will just go straight through with the order and buy at the best prevailing price, which may actually be a little bit higher around here because this is the best offer. So when you're a buyer and you're not putting in any limit order or price, you'll just buy at the cheapest offer price, as you can see here, which may be a little bit higher than this mid price. So if I just press buy BTC right now, that will go through straight away, and you can actually see it in your past orders down here what you've bought. Another way to trade though is using a limit order. This is where you choose the price that you pay. This is often recommended because you can get better prices. So what we can do here is press limit, and then you can see the order price comes in right here. So I can also now choose the amount of Bitcoin that I want to buy. What I'm going to actually do is switch this out because I don't want to buy that much BTC. You can see the order value right here. So I'm going to choose 100, and then that populates the quantity of Bitcoin that I'm actually buying, which is 0.005, and I can choose the order price. Now what I can do is actually press a price a little bit below the current price. So you can see my order now is a little bit below the current mid price. Now I can put this limit order in, essentially trying to get a better deal for my Bitcoin. So I'll show you this as an example. If I put a crazy price in of like 15,000 and I press buy BTC, then I can just confirm this. You'll see my order comes in down here at the bottom. So what I'm doing now is essentially saying to everyone, I'm a buyer, but I don't want to buy at 18,000. I want to buy right here at 15,000. My order is now on this order book way below this level. And if the price ever gets there, then my order will get filled. But for right now, it can't get filled because it's too cheap. So that order is in working for me all the time, either until it gets hit and traded in the market, or I cancel it. So you can see just left of me here, or is it right of me? I'm just going to cancel this right here. Now my order is out of the system and it won't go through unless I input a new one. We'll also go through the futures trading platform right here, which is what most people trade. Now, if you do want to trade futures, check out the deposit bonus via the link in the description. You can get a huge deposit bonus and trading bonus right there if you deposit. So make sure to check out the deposit bonus via that link. But we can go to derivatives and then futures. Now, you want to choose which asset that you're trading right here. So with futures, people actually use an asset to collateralize their positions. So with futures, all you're doing is putting some money up to collateralize your positions. You can trade with leverage if you want, you don't have to. So what asset do you want to input here to actually use as collateral? Most people will use USDT or USDC. That is a stable coin, and so they know the value of their collateral at all times. What you can also do is use the coin as collateral. So if you have some Bitcoin and you want to use that as collateral to trade against, you can do that right here. And this is known as inverse contracts. So you can actually put Bitcoin in to trade the value of BTC. Now, this is usually a little bit more dangerous because BTC is a risk asset, and let's say you're using Bitcoin to go long Bitcoin and the position moves against you. You now have your position getting wrecked, so you're in a loss there, but also your collateral is going down in value as well. So it can, make your trade a lot more risky, which is why most people use USDT perpetual. But some people often use this as well. We're going to go to USDT and then Bitcoin right here. Now you can see that the trade screen is very similar, only that you can open a long position to bet on the price going up, or a short position looking to benefit when the price goes down. Now, what we can do is go to the left-hand corner and choose the different types of market. So if you're looking for USDT funded or inverse, you can do that right here. The main thing though is the funding rate. So the funding rate is something that you either have to pay or you get paid depending on where the market is right now. The reason for this is because futures are a different product to the actual underlying Bitcoin in this case. And so what the futures system tries to do is keep the futures price as in line with the real price as possible. And it does this by incentivizing people to do certain things. So as you can see here, the funding rate will fluctuate in real time every 8 hours. So there are 3 fundings each day. If the funding rate is negative, short positions will pay long positions. So as you can see right here, what the system is trying to do is get people to actually go long in the market to balance the price. So you can see there are a lot of short positions right here in the market because there's been a big price rise recently. And so short positions, if you are short, you will be paying this funding rate. So what you have to do right here is take this funding rate and times it by 3 to get the day rate. So that's 0.0176 times 3. You're looking at a day funding rate of around 0.05. If we times that by 365, it's around 20% right now. So this changes massively dependent on the volatility. So just check this out. When you're trading in a futures position, you do have to take this into account if you want your funding position to be open for a long time. Now, we've just gone through a very high period of volatility, so the funding rate is very, very high right now. If you're taking a short position, you have to pay this. If you're taking a long position, you actually get this funding. So it depends which one you are. Just make sure that when you're trading futures, you know what this funding is, but it's just something that is there. And it's not a massive deal if you're trading in futures on leverage anyway. It's a small position on a daily rate. Now we can look at setting up leverage in a responsible way. Again, I don't recommend leverage at all. Buyer beware if you're going to use leverage. Not my position to tell you to use it or not. I'll just show you how it works. So we can see isolated and cross leverage right here. Cross leverage is where the asset that you put on as collateral, for example, US dollar tether, you use that to fund all of your positions. And so if you put $1,000 in and you have a Bitcoin position and an ETH position, then you'll put $500 of collateral to each of those. You can add collateral to the account and it goes to every position. You can also use isolated, which is where you're putting assets in each position individually. So if you have a Bitcoin and ETH position, you can separate the collateral that you put to fund each position, and you can definitely add or remove collateral as and when you want as well, quite easily. We can also go to the leverage here. Again, you can just choose how much leverage you want. I really don't recommend too much leverage for anyone, especially beginners, not to use leverage at all. You can actually just use 1x, which means no leverage. So you're not using any leverage. You can just fund the position as it is and then press confirm. I'll just switch this to 5 and 5. You can change the long and short leverage as you want. Press confirm right there. And so that's the automatic leverage that you can use. Now, if you add or remove collateral from your positions, which you can do when they're down here, the actual leverage that the position has will change. You can add US dollar tether to the position to reduce your leverage. And then you can take it away to actually increase your leverage as well at that time. When trading a futures position, the main thing to know is the liquidation price. So come to the calculator here and then go to liq price right here. And I'll just show you this as an example. If we're using 5x leverage and we have $1,000 in our account, let's say we want to trade 1 BTC, you can see the liquidation price here is 17,246. So if we're going long, the liquidation price is under the current price this much. If it falls there, our entire position will get liquidated. That means we'll pay liquidation fees and everything like that. So it's not great. So you want to put your stop loss in a little bit above that. If you're trading short, you can see that obviously that goes to above the price because we lose when the price rises. Now, if you want to maybe half this, you can see the liquidation price moves away, gives us more room. So essentially, the less leverage you use or the more collateral you have, the more breathing room in the trade before you get stopped out if the trade moves against you. Now with futures, you can either put a long position or a short position in, and you can use a take profit and stop loss. So I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to open a long position with a limit order. We're just going to click down here. So that's the price of our limit order. Then we're going to go order 0.05. So you can see the value of our order right now, 906, and the cost is 182. The cost is the amount that you're actually paying and putting into the order. The value is with leverage, how much the total order is actually valued at. So to get $1,000 of a position, we only need to put in 182 worth of our USDT to tie up in the order as collateral. Now what we can do is buy long with TPSL. So let's say our take profit here is 19 USDT, that's fine. And then what is our stop loss? We can take this previous level at 17,500 like that. Now you can open that long and that'll open 3 orders for you. It will open the limit order, which is to go long at this level. It will also open the take profit order at 19 and the stop loss at 17. Now take profit and stop loss is when if the price gets to 19,000, I would actually sell out my order and take the profit. But if the price gets to 17,500, which is a loss for me, my order will also be stopped out, essentially taking the loss and closing the position to prevent further losses. So that is how you would open up that futures position with a take profit and a stop loss. You don't need to use these. You can just click this off and not use it at all and just have the position open like that. And obviously it's the exact opposite for a short order. Bybit has many other features as well, including trading bots, as you can see here. So you can dollar cost average very easily. If you just want to buy Bitcoin over the long term, you can set up this dollar cost average bot to buy $50 a week every week at the same time. There are futures trading bots if you want to speculate a little bit more. And there's also a page as well where you can invest some cryptos for some passive income. I've got specific videos on these, and so I'll link them in the description if you want to go further. Make sure to check out the deposit bonus via that link to Bybit in the description as well if you are new on their system. I'm James with MoneyZG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.